Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Mixed Tag Podcast. I'm Moni, and this is my amazing co-host. He is the best in the world, and I ain't talking CM Punk. Agent oh 04, how are you?
I'm great. I'm even better thanks to that amazing introduction. And as you said, no senior punk, but I am the best in the world. But I'm only the best in the world because I have the greatest of all time by my side. Come on,
Yeah,
mommy.
I'm doing good. You ready to get into this episode? Because we got some
I
stuff to talk about.
am. We have some things to talk about. And I just want to throw this in the air. I know a lot of people are upset about it, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out. Brock Lesnar eliminating Obafemi. Oh my goodness.
I see a potential
Woo.
feud in the future.
I agree.
Now you mentioned that. How about we just dive straight in? Let's talk a little bit about the Royal Rumble. So, we have the Rumble winners, Liv Morgan and Roman Reigns. I'm not gonna lie to you, perfect pick. And if I remember, we called this last week on the podcast.
We both, yep, they were part of our three picks that we did for the men and women.
They did. And for once, I have nothing bad to say about the Royal Rumble winners. What do you think?
I agree with you. I feel like this year was the perfect choice. This is one of those times where I'm not going to complain about Roman disappearing and showing up because at the moment, Roman winning was the correct choice because of the storylines that we could get like from either potential champion. And with
Yes.
Liv Morgan, it's the same thing. Either potential champ, we could get a great storyline out of it. Because
Yes.
remember, people thought that Liv and Raquel were the original ones to attack Jade, and if Raquel possibly eventually beats Stephanie, she could fight Raquel for that title.
Exactly. Well, after
Hmm.
Monday Night Raw, I think we got to peek in on both of those storylines because Liv
Yes,
interfered in Raquel's title match, and Raquel lost, and Liv attacked Stephanie
right afterwards. So
right
ooh,
after.
we don't know. Hey, I guess we'll have to find out if Liv shows up on SmackDown, even Roman, to see if they show up Friday.
Yep. But hey, Roman, Roman and CM Punk, I want to see that because they got so much history and
Mhm.
already so many layers built to that feud itself.
Because it's one of those shoes that have history inside the company and outside the company.
Exactly. Even though Roman and Drew have like a history, it's not as deep as CM Punk
Yep.
and Roman's history. So
And as
that's
Roman
gonna be
said, he's already beaten Drew a handful of times. So yeah.
yes. While we're on the still on the Royal Rumble subject, I want to talk about my women standouts and I want to hear who your women standouts were. Like I said
100%.
last week, Lash Legend was going to be the underdog of the Royal Rumble, and she was the star of the Royal Rumble. The most
Mm.
eliminations this year
Come on now.
alongside Sol Ruka. Who do you think?
For me, I actually have three MVPs.
Okay.
Lash Legend, as you said, she was amazing. The crowd was booing her, and she still ate the crowd up. She was amazing. So Ruka, the fact that she made it to the final three, and if I'm not mistaken, this is her first World Rumble. The fact that she made it to the final three is amazing. Like, oh my goodness. And then my for the number three, I gotta put Kiana James up there. Because she came in early and
Oh
was
yes.
going crazy. Mind you, she still had the knee brace on.
Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah, so Keanu James, Sol Ruka, and Lash Legend, those three for me were my women standouts for the Royal Rumble. What about you
Oh.
for the men?
For the men, starting at number one, I didn't expect them to have Oba start number one, but he
Mm,
dominated that Royal Rumble alongside with the young OG. Shout out to the Carolinas because that's where I'm from, Javon Evans.
mhm.
He put on a show.
You gotta go G
And
Snap.
he was the longest in the match for his first
Mm.
Royal Rumble. That's epic. What about you?
Well, Obafemi, because like you said, the fact that he came in at number one, and I believe he eliminated five people, like woo. It's
back to
insane.
back.
Javon Evans, as you said too, Javon being the Iron Man this year, I feel like it was good because they push their up and comers pretty good. I do think that they push their up and comers pretty good. You know, on the men's, I agree with you on that over Femi and Javon.
Yes. I mean, I would have liked, I think I said this about last year's Rumble because Penta was the Iron Survivor. I wish
Hmm.
they would like, Penta would have got more like good moments in the Rumble this year.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And something I was a little disappointed about, no Kofi Kingston.
No, nobody in the New Day.
Like
Nobody
at
in the New Day.
all. No Grayson Waller, no
No
Xavier,
kid.
no Kofi, none of that.
But like we said, they had a lot of people on the Rumble this year. Do I think they wasted certain spots where they could have had Finn Balor in there? Yes, because we don't need another America El Grande Americano.
Yeah,
That
and
was
if
a waste
anything,
of a
they
spot.
should have saved that for they should have saved that for until they got back into the United States. I agree with you on that.
Yeah, like that was a waste of a spot. But I did like the AAA guys. I like the spot where Damian Priest choke slammed Mr. Iguana and the
Still
Iguana.
Warner and Layeska.
I was like, no, Iguana, no.
Oh,
But yeah,
and now the thing with the Saudi crowds too that I don't like when some of those people came out, they didn't get a single cheer.
hmm
So that's still kind of disappointing. But yeah, but I will say the Raw after the Royal Rumble was actually pretty good. The beginning with Braun Breaker just going crazy.
Oh, Braun took the show hostage.
I love that.
Like I don't know where they got him going, but I low key, like I said, I kind of start to lean on liking him. Like I never could take him
Hmm.
serious. I know it was like a homage to his dad, but crazy colored outfits. I couldn't take him serious as a heel. But ever since
Mm.
he's changed, I'm like, you know what, Braun Breaker? I see you. I see you. And his crash outs
Yeah.
every week. I'm sorry, I could not be Adam Pierce, baby. I would be in therapy. I could not.
I would be asking for a raise every other week if I had to deal with Braun Breaker.
I'm telling you, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room.
Let's talk about it.
AJ Styles is officially retired by the legend
Oh,
killer himself, Gunther.
and the crazy thing about it is they ran the same spot except they made it worse. AJ didn't tap, he passed out.
Yeah, I I'm interested to see where it goes from here with that because technically he did not tap out. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Gunther right now is on his best run of his career.
100%.
And
We thought that Intercontinental Championship run was historical. Oh, we didn't have a clue at the time.
and I can also say that they trusted the right person who can handle it as well as he handles it. Because baby, that crowd, fuck you, Gunther. I was like, whoa, y'all are wild. And I'm here for it. Um, I
Then
did
he
cry.
showed on Monday Night Raw coming out as AJ Styles.
Diabolical. I knew it was him. I was like, this is this man. Like, if you know, I had already said that I'm gonna need a week off from AJ Styles retirement because it's going to emotionally kill me, and I cried like a baby.
I do not blame you because, especially when it's a wrestler whose career you followed even before they made it to the WWE.
Yes, like
So it's like it's crazy.
I was watching AJ Styles on TNA, like the whole feud with Aces of Eights. Like
Mhm.
I remember seeing that when I was younger, and I'm like, AJ, no, don't join the bad guys. Like I was literally thinking AJ Styles was like the biggest, baddest heel, and he turned on them, and I was like, yes,
He
I
turned
knew.
on. I know. So, oh, I know you were ecstatic, as Michael Cole would say.
Yes, I knew that. I knew it. Um, You got any other thoughts
Can
on it? AJ and
I?
Gunther?
As far as the AJ and Gunther situation, I just want to say if this is the end of AJ Styles, like not only in the WWE but wrestling as a whole, shout out to AJ Styles. He's had an amazing career. He's gave us
Amazing.
nothing but bangers, nothing but memorable moments, and let's not forget he literally built SmackDown Live up from nothing.
The
So
house that AJ Styles built, the face that
yeah.
runs the place. Legendary. Hall of Famer one day. I'm already saying
Oh,
it. Hall
most
of Famer.
definitely.
Hall of Famer one day. Um, last topic about the Royal Rumble. What you feel about Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn?
I'll be honest, the match was good. I love that ending though. It was more of like Drew McIntyre not only rubbing it in Sammy's face because as we know, Sammy's never beaten Drew, but he hit him with that extra claymore. It's more of like Sammy
So
is
the
loved by
injury.
the Saudi crowd. So he's like Drew was like he was like taking the energy out. He was being a great heel. Even though that's not Sammy's hometown, but Sammy has so much love in Saudi Arabia, they love Sammy.
Oh yeah.
So like beating up their hero, it was like a great heel move from Drew, and that extra claymore just added the icing to the cake.
100%. I want to see another match between them. I do.
It's funny enough, it is crazy. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the record now is 13 wins to zero. 13 wins for Drew McIntyre, 13 losses for Sami Zayn. Not a single win is under Sami Zayn's belt when it comes to fighting Drew McIntyre. And actually, if we think about that, remember that was the same kind of cornerstone and key point they used for Rhea versus Io. It was the
Oh
whole thing was
yeah.
Rhea has never beaten Io in a one-on-one competition. So they tend to use that sometimes, especially if they have a storyline with those two superstars in place, and
Oh
it
yeah.
works. I believe it does work because that's how you make an underdog story,
Yeah,
as they try
and
to do with Sammy every time, though.
yeah, Sammy been having underdog stories since when is he going? I mean, he did just recently have one with the United States title, but I think it's time. I think it's time to let Sammy handle the big championship. I think he can handle it.
I believe Sami Zayn, LA Knight, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, they all have been long overdue for a world title, especially Finn, Kevin, and Sammy. Because
Yeah,
they were the and Shinsuke Nakamura. They're the original NXT guys.
yeah, they
And
came in together.
the fact that Finn Balor and Kevin Owens has only had the world title once is insane. And Sammy and Shinsuke have never held the world title.
Mm, but I would like to see a Finn Balor title run.
I agree
I
with you on that one.
I don't know how we're gonna get there, but I feel like we're gonna get there, even if it takes him winning Money in the Bank.
Ooh, and the way it's looking, like you said, there's some tension in the Judgment Day, and
There
if
is
the
a lot
Judgment Day
of tension
does
in the
end
Judgment
up
Day.
breaking up, Finn Balor definitely can. I believe Finn Balor and Raquel have like the most like heat at the moment in a good way.
Hmm.
So like if the group was to break up, Finn Balor and Raquel could they could flourish on their own.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. And if they do break up, I mean, will Roxanne like stay to live? Would
Roxanne
she?
will probably stay with Liv and Dom, I believe.
Um, I want to see Roxanne do her own thing though. That's my thing. Like she added an element to the Judgment Day, but she was an element of her own in NXT. I want to see her do break out and she could because she could possibly be the women's Intercontinental Championship. I can see her with that title.
You
So
know,
I would
that
like,
actually that would be a good idea too. Then to think about Roxanne Perez, she's over with the crowd.
yes, 100%. No matter if she a heel or a face, because you only got certain superstars that can be heel or a face and get the reaction from the crowd. She is one of them.
Hmm.
Okay. that's enough about the Royal Rumble. Let's switch gears and the real topic behind today's episode. Because we've been teasing it a lot in the past episodes, and I think it's officially time to talk about some throwback wrestling.
Taking it old school.
I'm talking 99 in the 2000s.
Come on, now we talking about that's gotta be Kane.
Yeah. Yes, we are taking it back to the old school. Now, y'all, I know that me and Agent are young, but
Hmm.
when you love something, you do all your research on it, baby. We know everything. So
I'm talking about everything to the bone.
now I'm a little bit older than you, so I grew up in a different era of wrestling. I grew up.
Hmm.
I started watching wrestling late Attitude Era into the early Ruthless Aggression era. So I grew
Mm.
up seeing the crazy story, seeing the crazy storylines like on TV, and just thinking, wow,
Wow.
what in the hell is this? I'm talking Teddy Long having a wedding and Jagged Edge just singing their damn hearts
To rebound off you with that, so obviously, I'm a little younger. So when I grew up watching wrestling, before like I would watch Monday Night Raw, or whatever, my dad used to have the DVR tapes, I believe they're called.
out.
And the first match I believe that I remember watching was Big Show versus I believe it was Sabu in an Extreme Rules match. And the ending of the match was Big Show choke slamming Sabu on a table that was stacked on the two steel stairs.
Oh, I remember
Mind
that.
you, I thought that was crazy. A couple of weeks later, I saw Edge versus Mick Foley in that Extreme Rules match where Edge speared Mick Foley through a flaming table. Oh my goodness.
Seeing stuff like that as a kid, you cannot help but to be like, oh my God, I love this. But it's like moments in wrestling that I remember as a kid when the great Khali was like wrestling Rey Mysterio and he had was squeezing his head. I thought that man was dead in real life. Like I was screaming like, is he dead? Blood came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
It was just I was so intrigued. Like I grew up watching like people like I used to love seeing Melina, Michelle McCool, Candice Michelle, Kelly Kelly, Jeff Hardy, Johnny Nitro. We ain't gonna say
Love
John
me some
Morrison,
Johnny
Johnny
Nitro.
Nitro, Joey Mercury, Edge, Christian, Chris Jericho, all of them. Like I still remember the day that Melina and M. You remember them?
Yes, I do actually.
I remember
M-
the
M-
day they debuted.
M-
I used to
Eminem.
love them. Like they just had a wow factor. And I think it's just a wow factor that like made me so intrigued about wrestlers back then.
And another thing too, I will say about the tag teams back then, they all had chemistry and they had their own gimmicks, and it made it
Yes.
even better.
Like one week you could be a tag team, and then the next week you can be doing your own thing and you have your own fan base. Like,
And we're not gonna talk about Shawn Michaels and Triple H because they
oh
hey look, one
God.
thing about DX, if they on the same page, you're gonna get your ass whooped. But if they not on the same page, they're gonna whoop each other ass.
But yeah, and they gonna still whoop your ass in a little bit.
Yeah, literally. Hey, once they get their issues out the way, deal, you gotta get it.
Man,
Oh, and
they
another, hey, we got to talk about. I didn't mean to cut you off. We got
you
to
good.
talk about the icons, some of the icons of the old days. And when I think about old wrestling, as much as people hate them, even I don't really, I'm not a big fan of them. But we think about Hulk Hogan,
Yep.
Stone Cold, Bret Hart. We got, even though Cena didn't blow up towards like the PG era, we got John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Randy, well, Evolution as a whole, Triple H, Ric Flair,
I'm gonna mention
Randy,
somebody I hate as an
Batista.
honorable mention. JBL,
I
Booker
love me. So I
T.
can't lie. I love JB Earl as a heel. Like
Yo,
I love. Funny enough, I
JBL.
love JBL, but I couldn't stand the Miz.
I hated. That's how you know JBL was a good heel because, like, as soon as you hear that music, then you be like, "Oh boy, this mother sucker!" Like,
Yeah, you be about tired of seeing him.
like he had some good feuds. Like, man, it's so many good throwback wrestlers. Like, I was terrified of the Undertaker when I first saw him, and this was back when wrestling came on Friday nights, and I mean, this was okay to do this back then, but I don't know if it's okay to do it now. My parents used to work night shifts, so me and my sister would be at home by ourselves, but it was safe. I remember watching Friday Night
Ooh.
SmackDown, and back then, The Undertaker always closed the show. I remember used to being so terrified to go to sleep after watching wrestling because I'm sitting up here thinking The Undertaker is going to come and get me.
You about scared. Hey, look, you might go to sleep. You might be in your closet or so.
Yes, like, and then, like, to make it no much better, like, Paul Bearer, this was the time he was with Paul Bearer and they was having the whole feud with Kane, and it was just so stressed out. I was terrified of that man. Did you have
Funny
anybody
enough,
you were scared of?
oh my goodness, I'm glad you said this. Funny enough, Undertaker was always just cool to me. I found Undertaker cool. He was a guy that had supernatural powers. He could teleport. He could come back from the dead. But his brother,
Oh
ah,
my
nah.
God.
I cannot lie. I tell this to people all the time. Kane, especially Prom Kane, but Kane in general has always been scary to me when I was a child because you have to realize I grew up watching the Tame stuff. So I'm watching Kane literally drop Zack Ryder off of the stage in a wheelchair. Mind you, the next week he's trying to pull Zack Ryder and John Cena under the ring to hell. So I'm
Yes.
terrified. So I go, I do my research. I go back. He makes his debut. He literally rips a cage door open.
Kane, Kane was on a whole nother level of
Kane
destruction.
terrified me.
Like,
Kane was terrifying to me. Like, and then oh my goodness, when he took his mask off, we got the reveal with Rob Van Dam in the ring, and eventually he started wrestling without the mask on.
that was even
When
more
that big
terrifying.
when that big summer bitch started jumping off that top rope with that clothesline, I ain't gonna lie. It made me even more terrified because it was something about it. When he originally was like bald Kane and he came out with the slow chemical theme song too,
Mm-hmm.
it was just something about it. He had like that aura to him. Like
Mm-hmm.
well, he just had that aura to him. Especially oh my goodness, when he won Money in the Bank and cashed in on poor Rey Mysterio on the same night. I know that's not really ruthless, that's kind of around the PG era, but
Yeah.
still, that was scary because bro, why you gonna do Rey Mysterio like that? Look how big you are. Then
Kane
another
was,
thing, his entrance made it more imitated because with Undertaker had the dog and the lights would go out for a while,
yeah.
or they would be purple. Kane,
Yeah.
you get a loud pop and you just see
Boom!
fire show up and
You are
everything is
straight to
red.
hell.
Yeah, so yeah, to me, Kane scared me. And another one, I wasn't necessarily scared of this one, but I was intrigued by him, Bobby Lashley,
Oh,
because he was like I know people always talked about Brock Lesnar, but to me, Bobby Lashley was a specimen. When he
he
threw
was.
himself through that cage against Umaga and broke the steel cage, yeah. It was but Kane and Bobby Lashley, those two, anytime that like I went back to do my research and I saw a match with them or anything important, my eyes were definitely glued to the screen. Even the whole Donald Trump Vince McMahon feud that Bobby Lashley was in, I watched it because of Bobby Lashley.
I want to piggyback off you about Kane and the Undertaker. It's like
Hmm.
the Undertaker killed you and buried you, but you seeing Kane when you wake up in hell. And that's the crazy part. When,
Like you can't escape that one.
like, it's just, and you never know when Kane will trigger his pyro. That's the thing that always got me too as a kid. Because,
Hmm.
dude, if we in the middle of the match and you're talking about some, boom, the lights is red, fire everywhere. And I'm like, you're a Satan himself. Like, especially '09 Kane. '09 Kane was
Whoa.
unhinged. He didn't give a fuck.
He
09
didn't
Kane.
care.
he was on a different level. Like who else back then? I used to hate Kurt Angle. My mom loved my mama used to like Kurt Angle, but then she kind of
Mhm.
developed a hate for Kurt Angle, and I'm like, you know what? I hate him too. And then not even that Kurt Angle. When Kurt Angle's music looped 3 times, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You
Yeah, that's yeah.
you knew you might as well just lay down and get the pen because you
You
were
just quit
fucked.
at that point.
You're fucked. He was
Oh goodness.
unhinged.
I love when I went back and watched Kurt Angle a few times. He would use his twin brothers to take the pin for him. Then the referee realized it wasn't Kurt, and then the real Kurt would come in the ring
Just
and pin. No, that's so hilarious. That's
yeah.
such a hey. We had twin magic before the Bella twins.
Yes, and Kurt Angle was he was they they made you hate them. And that's like what was good about them because I couldn't stand seeing that man on my screen. Uh, who else? That's kind of yeah, that's the attitude era. Like the
Yeah.
ruthless aggression era was kind of crazy too. That's when you started getting like the crazy like love feuds and who can ever forget Edge and Lita's iconic segment?
Oh, oh my goodness! They literally did it in the middle of the ring, mind you. There were children in the crowd.
That is one thing I was always curious about. I'm like, were they acting or did they really do it?
So, so allegedly, when they did like the scene with Edge, biting Lita's bra off, allegedly that you could actually see one of Lita's boobs. So eventually, like years later, like when they uploaded it to YouTube, they had to edit out
Edit
that
it.
angle.
Oh my
So I don't know if they actually were doing it or if they just or if she just actually took her clothes off to make it look more authentic. I don't know.
But seeing that as a kid, I loved Edge. It was just something about Edge. They called him the rated R superstar for the right reason. Like it's me
It was the
smiling.
ultimate opportunity for a
It is
reason.
me
And it,
smiling. It's it's me. Oh God, it's me smiling when we're talking about Edge because a lot of people don't know, but Edge is the reason that I fell in love with wrestling. Because, like I said, when he just popped up on my screen, I was just like, wow, he is an asshole. Because he was a asshole back then. Like this new Edge that you see on AEW does not compare to Prime Edge. It is like this man didn't give a fuck about nothing.
he did not care.
Like as we talked about his whole crazy moment
The
with
whole
Lita.
thing with Lita. Yeah.
Yes, and like I want to give props to you. Remember when he was the world heavyweight champion? This was kind of towards the PG era going into that when he was the world
Mhm.
heavyweight champion and he had that feud with Vicky and Michelle McCool and Layla and Kelly had to defend his world heavyweight championship. And if he used the spear in that match, he would be stripped of the title
He'll
to
be stripped
to,
of the title.
to Dolph Ziggler. You remember that?
And the whole, what's crazy? Vicky Guerrero was a manager slut. She
He
didn't
was
know who
doing
signed
the AJ
who.
before AJ was AJ.
Real.
Like that match will be iconic. That's an iconic match, and I say this because props to Kelly because Kelly was the only female to defend the world heavyweight championship and retain it.
Retained it at that.
Like she got her ass beat that whole match, and like you think that they gonna lose. Like I remember watching it live, and I'm just like, this is it. Just Edge is just done. He's gonna lose his title. He's gonna lose his title. And then I remember when Kelly went to the corner and Edge was like, "Hey, spear, spear!" And she hit that spear, and Vicky was like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like, "Yeah, you didn't say she couldn't use the spear."
You said
That's
it can.
Like, but they it was some great feuds back then. Like favorite
Hey, I
match of
got
all
something
time.
for you.
Okay, you go first.
You're a boy in a man's world, and I'm a man who loves to play with boys. Whoa. Yo, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. Oh my goodness. Kurt Angle said that said that about Rey Mysterio is one of the craziest things ever. Like that had to be a Vince McMahon idea. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it 100%. I feel like a lot of crazy stuff that happened back then was a Vince McMahon thing.
Hmm.
I mean, like
And then like
I remember
if
this
I
is like not
you go
about
first.
anything from back then
Hmm.
because I remember in a recent interview that came out, Lana, when she had her feud with Dolph Ziggler, she was saying that they had to go kiss in front of Vince McMahon.
Oh.
I remember I remember her saying that. So I believe I believe all the crazy shenanigans back then was a Vince McMahon thing. And speaking of him, he didn't give a fuck back then either.
Keep it up, my nigga.
Like he had
Whoa.
people kissing his bare ass. He had girls on.
I mean, we can't forget about do-rag Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
Like he literally had a whole this man like had a whole black gimmick.
I'm telling you. But when his theme song dropped, you ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. You ain't had. You just gotta sing it.
He had a hard thing,
He
son. I
did
can't
have a
lie.
hard theme song. And
You
ooh,
know what's crazy? Everybody in the McMahon family has a nice theme song. Stephanie,
yeah.
Vince, Shay, and if you count Hunter, him too.
What do you mean if you count Hunter? He has the best time to
Well,
play
he
the game.
well because his last name is the McMahon, but
Yeah.
you know,
He
he
married into the family.
married into the family.
It's usually the other way around. The woman marrying into the family. He married into the family.
He married into the family this time.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
One of
let's
my
see.
like one of my favorite old school, well, like kind of attitude, ruthless aggression era wrestlers is like, and now is Maven, and it's because I've been watching his YouTube channel a lot recently, and he speaks about like I like so much like how it was backstage, how Vince McMahon was back then, how certain wrestlers were, how everything
Yeah.
worked, and all that. So Maven, and then so and then I went back and looked at Maven whole his small little stick with the Undertaker,
Hmm.
and I found it funny. That was the moment I compared it to. I hate that we didn't get to see this. I was like, it would be so amazing if they redid this, but with Kit Wilson and Brock Lesnar, where Maven drop kicked Undertaker and
Oh
eliminated him.
God. You know what I just thought about?
Yes, tell
Like
me.
we're talking about these lists of amazing people. Let's not forget Chris Jericho was a menace back then too.
Oh my goodness, Jericho was a menace in the ring and on the microphone.
Chris Jericho was a menace back then because I just thought about a match. Oh my gosh, where I think it was I want to say it was Trish Stratus and for some reason I'm thinking Victoria
Hmm.
versus Edge and Christian. I mean Edge and Christian. Chris Jericho. Hold on, let me fact check that right quick because I don't want to say the wrong name.
Fair enough. Hey, look, hey, look, you started thinking about the Brood for a little bit. Edge, Christian, and Gangrel.
Yes. Let me hold on, y'all. Entertain them while I
Oh,
fact check something.
another underrated faction back then, the Brood with Edge, Christian, and Gangrel. That's a nice little team. And as you remember, Edge eventually brought it back during his feud with Seth Rollins. He
Oh
did a
yeah.
nice throwback entrance. If we're talking about another underrated tag team, well, even though they didn't last that long, but Rob Van Dam and Kane, you know, they were tag champions, and that whole tag team thing led up to Kane lost the match. He had to take off his mask. Rob Van Dam was his tag team partner. And when he took the mask off in the ring, he chokeslammed Rob Van Dam after the big reveal. So,
Oh, I remember that.
Another one of my favorite, I would like kind of comedy feuds. The Rock versus the Hurricane was hilarious. And what made it even funnier, the Hurricane always won up the Rock. Whether it was an accident, whether he had help, the Hurricane always ended up getting one up on the Rock. And I found that so hilarious.
I don't
The
remember.
Rock as a whole was great. Oh yeah, can't forget as much as people don't like him. Can't forget about Goldberg. Goldberg, he was pretty. He had a presence when he came in about him. He had that presence. Same thing with Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump. He had a presence to him. Back and I will say this, I believe back then WWE they treated their giants way better. They actually had the big guys menacing.
They
Like
did. You were
we had
terrified.
the yeah, we had the great Khali, Big Daddy V, Kane, Mark Henry, Big Show, Undertaker. I'm like, we had Snitsky. We had Bobby Lashley. You had your Brock Lesnar's. We had some nice and we had some scary people. You had Umaga when he eventually came in. Like they definitely had a vision with their big guys and it worked. Because like
Yeah.
nowadays you can see they'll have a huge dude who can be super intimidating, but they won't get anywhere, or they'll give them like a joke gimmick or something like that. They'll
Oh
turn them
yeah.
into a joke.
Okay, I got my fact check. So I was right. It was Trish Stratus and Lita versus
Mm.
Chris and Christian.
Hmm.
And I remember in that match, like Christian was just playing around, he wasn't really trying to hurt the girls. But baby, when Edge, why do I keep thinking about Edge?
When
When
Chris
Chris
Jericho got
Jericho
it.
tagged in, he was a menace. He beat the hell out of Trish and Lita. And it was like Christian was like, dude, come on, don't do this, don't do this. And he was just like, nah, fuck these bitches. I just remember that moment a lot because why was everybody unhinged back then?
Hey, let's not forget Chris Jericho is the same person that fought Lita for the Intercontinental Championship. So
Like what that's one thing I can remember about Chris Jericho. He fought a lot of women.
yeah, he did not care. Jericho
Yeah,
did not care.
he did not care. Oh, okay. I'm gonna test your knowledge because you know how we talked about going back to do research. Do
Let's
you
do it.
remember a tag team, Deuce and Domino?
Deuce and Domino.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, because they became the tag team champions eventually.
Yeah, and they used to come out with
Yep.
Cherry, the girl on the roller skates.
Because wasn't Cherry a blonde, if I'm not mistaken?
Yep, I love their gimmick.
Yes. I know. Yep. I remember. I remember off rip because I thought about it. I'm like, they won a tag title, D&D.
Yes, and I remember, like, I was thinking about this last night when I was preparing of what we are gonna talk about. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh my gosh, I remember Deuce and Domino and Cherry. I remember when they debuted. I'm like, oh, this is such a cool gimmick. And I remember, you remember they turned on Cherry, and
Eventually, they did.
yes, and they had another girl join them. Who the heck was that girl? Maurice.
That, who was it?
Maurice.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And then that's when Cherry started fighting. She started wrestling. But not now since we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about that, Maurice don't get her flowers because she was a baddie back then. Maurice had
Maurice was amazing. I loved her DDT.
she had a attitude on her, and I loved it. Like I loved her feuds with Michelle McCool. They had some good feuds. Um, even though the women's matches wasn't like long back
Yeah,
then,
because they didn't let them shine back then. If it was an actual match, they wasn't gonna let them shine.
yeah, but they still like put on a show. Like
Exactly.
Melina used to be fighting like her life depended on it. Like her iconic screams. I wish
Mel-
they would put
Melina was Carmella before Carmella.
like come on. Melina used to strut down that runway, pop that split. As soon as that bell ring, oh, she is unhinged. She's screaming. She's slanging you left and right. She drop kicking you. She flipping you. She was like
Mhm.
amazing. I used to
Because I'll
love
be honest, when Carmella first came in, I immediately compared her to Melina. Like the only thing she was missing was a red carpet and the splits. But because she came out doing the moonwalk, but the way that she would walk to the ring,
her.
even when
Mm-hmm.
she came back and they gave her the new gimmick, like the when they gave her the new theme song and everything, she came back with
Oh yeah.
Reginald. I was getting those strong Melina vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that, like I love that I was able to make that connection right there. And as you said, it sucks that the women back then didn't get a chance to shine because now a lot of the female wrestlers I'll see like similarities of like an old school wrestler. I'll be like, wow, just like look at the improvement. Look at them now. They can actually wrestle. They can main event a WrestleMania if they wanted to. They can close out multiple shows if they want to now. They could possibly be the biggest feud. Look, Rhea Ripley is literally in the top five biggest stars, and I'm not just talking about women in general.
Yes, and every time I see women's matches now, I think you know what I'm gonna say. I
They did better than the men's division.
always say that she lives on because half of the girls on the roster use Melina's finisher. You
Oh
know,
my!
you know what that is?
We talking about that split leg moonsault?
Nope. John Cena uses her move. Roxanne Perez, Zelina Vega.
Oh, that spit out
Every
power
time you see
bomb.
somebody do pop rocks off of the back, that's Melina. Melina
Oh,
used to get on their back, like, and she used to slide into it in the craziest ways. And then she'll scream, and then she'll flip them over. Yeah, that's Melina. Every time I see somebody hit that, I'd be like, it's Melina
you take a Melina immediately.
immediately. And everybody be like, nah, that's Rey Mysterio. But Rey Mysterio don't come to mind when I think of that move because Rey Mysterio was not really doing that back then. Like,
Yeah.
like,
I was speaking of Rey Mysterio. You remember his feud with Kurt Angle and Randy Orton?
yes.
They was trolling Rey Mysterio. Even in the match, he was getting thrown around. Even though he won, bro, he was getting thrown around. The whole build up to the thing, they were trolling Rey Mysterio or Randy telling Ray Eddie's in hell. Oh my
Bro,
goodness.
Rey Mysterio used to go through some shit back then. Like,
Like,
he was getting slung around every other week. But he had a fire intro. His original intro, like when he
when
used
he
to
used
just
to
pop
pop
up
out the
out.
ground.
Yes.
Ooh,
I
I
thought that
love
was the
that
coolest
one.
thing ever.
I swear. I used to when I used to play the old WWE games with my brothers, I used to play with Rey Mysterio just to see his entrance because he would pop up out the floor with
Yes,
the
like
pyro and everything.
you know what? This is still
See,
wrestling related.
this is.
Free promo for
Hmm.
WWE 2K26. I am going to utilize this particular entrance on a character I'm going to make on WWE
Mm,
2K25. Now that we're talking about that, I'm going to do that.
that's interesting. I love it. I love it. Hey, we always have ideas.
And
Hey,
how
and
can
another
we?
wrestling related
Uh-huh.
topic. Hey, everybody, make sure that you check out the Twitch. She's live almost every single day, and you will catch us having some banger matches on WWE.
We're going to have some banger matches later on, so I might as well hop on over there.
Exactly.
We'll put the link at the end of the video. Speaking of Rey Mysterio, we cannot continue to talk about throwback wrestling without talking about the GOAT himself. Rest in
Eddie.
peace, Eddie.
Yes. Oh my good Latino heat.
Eddie was a menace too. Everybody was a menace.
Like literally back then, everybody was a menace to society. Like
And it used to be so
everybody was crazy.
like that match he trolled. Who did he troll? Kurt Angle. When he threw no, it wasn't Kurt Angle. When he
No,
had
it
the
was
match and he tried to do the chair shot and he laid down and he threw the chair in their hand and then
yep.
he
I'm
rolled
trying to
over, he was
remember.
laughing.
Who
Like,
did
come
he do that to? For sorry, why am I thinking about JBL?
Cause JBL, you just once he on your mind, he's not off your mind.
For real.
Because ain't no way JBL was a menace. Golly.
I think it was Mr. Kennedy, right?
You know what? It was.
It had to be Mr.
I
Kennedy,
think
I
it
think.
was Mr. Kennedy. Ah, Mr. Kennedy.
Kennedy.
And then it'll be the pause. Kennedy. Oh my God. I almost forgot about him. I hated him, but I loved his intro. I loved his introduction.
Hey, some underrated old school wrestlers. We got Mr. Kennedy. We got Hardcore Holly. We got Sandman. We got Jimmy Wayne Yang. A lot of people don't know about him.
Yo, I used to, I used to
No,
get, I used to with Jimmy Wang Yang.
I used to
Come on.
love his entrance too. Tajiri. People don't. People forget Tajiri started the Mist. Tajiri started
Yup.
it.
Yup. Uh-huh.
Uh, it was just a lot of the wrestlers back then, even as they call them now, even the jobbers, they had cool theme songs and cool presentations about
Yes.
themselves. Like
Ooh.
Paul London, Brian Kendrick, like a lot of them, they were small, but those guys were able to move in the ring. Do you know that they told Paul London that he couldn't do the shooting star press anymore because they thought that he would get hurt?
Yeah.
Whatever, they thought he would hurt somebody, actually.
I got a cool way that we can end this episode.
Let's do it. Tell me, tell me, tell me.
I want to hear who you think from back then deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame and why.
Hmm. All
Would you
right.
like would you like me to go first so you can get some time to think?
Yes, you can go first. Are we doing male and female or just one?
I got well, technically it's three, but it's introduction together.
All right, let's go.
I feel like Too Cool should be in the WWE Hall of Fame
Okay.
because why? Too Cool, Rakishi in his prime. Are you kidding? Middle of the
Rikishi.
match, before Jey Uso was running it back, you had his daddy having whole dance breaks. Come on.
Come on now.
Do you know how hype it used to be when Scotty Too Hottie? And I hate that they actually took this out of the video game. When he used to jump into the worm and do the hop and then go into the worm, that used to be so lit. And let's not
That
forget,
was amazing.
they had so many people.
Grandmaster Sexay.
They had so many people do the dance with them. The most iconic one, the Hardys and
The Hardy
Lita.
Boy. Yeah, when
Come
they had the
on,
Hardys and
like
Lita dance with them.
they was finna exit the ring and they snatched him around. You thought they was about to just punch him in their face, and now they pull out the glasses. I'm like, oh, they gonna dance. I feel like they should be in the Hall of Fame. They had a big impact. Never forget when they entered the Royal Rumble back to back to back.
Hmm.
Dance breaking the Royal Rumble, Rikishi eliminated both of them.
Eliminated both of them.
Like,
Oh my
that's my pick.
goodness. Okay. For me, I sat long and thought about it. How is The Rock not in the Hall of Fame? It's like The Rock of all, like The Rock not being in the Hall of Fame to me is kind of insane.
You
Like
are
The Rock has
absolutely
first off,
right.
The Rock has done so much. He's one of the greatest wrestlers and one of the greatest speakers of all time. Like whenever you think about people on the mic, The Rock is top 10 and he's probably top five for a lot of people. You
Oh,
know,
he's definitely top
he's
five.
definitely one of the greatest of all times, no doubt. And The Rock just has a presence to him. And rather people love him or hate him, whenever The Rock, whenever his theme song hits, the roof comes off of the place.
Yeah, it's just like a whole new aura.
And the fact that him, I actually, dang, I just thought about him. Yeah, the fact that him and Brock Lesnar are not in the Hall of Fame is kind of crazy.
That is kind of
I think
crazy.
that's kind of crazy. What's crazy? I believe Cena is gonna go in there before them. Cena's gonna go in there before them.
If they don't put Cena in there this year,
Yeah, I think they actually might put him in there this year.
but yeah,
Cena, I think they're gonna put him in there this year. But yeah, The Rock and Brock Lesnar. It's crazy that those two are not in the Hall of Fame.
okay. What about women wise?
Women wise,
Yeah.
Honestly, I I I would have to go with ooh, this is a good one actually.
Because there's a lot of options.
There are this my thing. My
Like
brain is like
I,
everywhere.
I got three right off top of the dome.
Who you got?
Victoria,
Mm-hmm.
Gail Kim,
Mm-hmm.
Melina.
Okay.
Because they was all trailblazers, especially Gail Kim, Victoria. Come on. If I had to put them in order, I think Victoria should go in there first. Gail
Mm-hmm.
Kim, and then Melina.
For me, I think I will go with Maria Kanellis.
Oh yes,
I think
yes.
I will go with Maria. Yeah, I think I'll go with Maria Kanellis.
Even when she left WWE, I liked what her and Matt were doing on TNA.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, when they came back to WWE, they kind of just had them getting bullied by Sami Zayn every other week.
Yes, when they went to TNA, they had a
They
good
were
feud with Cody
killing it.
Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes.
And Brandy, yeah.
I would love to see Brandy get back in the ring. We talked about this last week.
We did. Brandy, and then the thing is, Brandy cannot be a face. She has to be a heel.
Brandy has to be in heel again.
She just has that
Brandy,
factor.
Brandy, we love you. Come on, who the hell told you tonight was open mic
It was
night,
open mic
bitch?
night, bitch.
Come on. She said.
Brandy, you iconic. Come on now.
She said, "Heifer." And your dizzy ass up here running your jaws at my man on my stage. She really came into her own on AEW. Like, oh my gosh. I know this is a throwback episode. Brandy, honorable mention. We love you, girl.
Hey, since we're talking about Brandy, let's talk about that American Dream, Dusty Rose. Then come on now.
Oh yes. My mom
Hey,
loved Dusty Rose. Uh,
Dusty was funny.
he was like everybody's dad. Everybody's uncle. I used to love. Now this is way, way, way back then, because this is like stuff I had to look up because I wasn't alive back then. I used to love
Yeah, yeah,
when
especially me.
yes, I used to love how he used to get on there and like have he would say them crazy like my mama told me like them crazy quotes that you can use as words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Like they have a whole thing on TikTok where it's like Dusty Rose affirmations.
Hey, the way he spoke, it's like he had his own language for real.
Like I loved how he talked. He's like my mama told me, and I'm like I see where Cody gets it.
But
Like he was
I
a
just
friend.
want to say, like I said, doing my research back then, the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, it was amazing to see. I could definitely see why like some of it they wouldn't be able to like have on TV now. But hey, to be fair, we could definitely have some of that on Netflix, like
One
a little
hundred
more.
percent.
Like a little more with like the slightly more explicit promos,
You know, because Netflix don't care.
yeah. Now I don't want no AEW. I don't need nobody stabbing nobody with a fork. But we can have a few more tables. We can have a little blood.
You know
But
what?
nothing too crazy. And I will say though, speaking of the ruthless aggression era, attitude era, we do have to talk about the major shift of what changed all of that. Chris Benoit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And hey, I say we leave them on the cliffhanger and save that for next episode.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. And I also want to talk about something else on the next episode because you mentioned it.
Give him a teaser. Give him a
We dabber into WWE a lot. I want to
teaser.
switch things up because this is a wrestling podcast, so we're gonna talk about all kind of wrestling. Well, let's talk about some AEW next week.
Sounds perfectly fine with me.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Mixtap Podcast starring
Podcast.
Monica and the best in the world still. No CM Punk, Agent 04. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Hey, y'all already know what's up. but I guess I'll say it again because you know we like running this shit back. Four letters, one word. Ooh, ooh. Yeet.